Okay.
Oh man,
Hello and welcome back to the Stack Cash AMA. This is our 19th AMA, and we're happy to have you guys with us. As always, I am Muddy Mo, a board member here with Stack Cash, and I'm also joined by Vin. What's going on, Vin?
what's going on, Mo? Happy weekend, baby.
Happy weekend, right? Heck yeah, man. Always good for the
Right,
weekend, but
right.
I'll be honest, man. I'm happy to always come in and do these AMAs. You know, it in creating a project and working with others like you guys and all the board members and committee members and DAO members, you know, it's hard to keep that fire going. But it's like now we're at the point where we're really, I told you guys, we're going downhill now. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Very good. So, guys, today, just for some house cleaning, as always, we welcome you here. If you have any questions, feel free to pop up and ask a question. Or if you're watching on a replay, always remember that comment section works, and we'll definitely respond to you. If you're on YouTube, feel free to hit that like and also hit that red button, hit that subscribe to stay up to date on Stack Cash content and other things that we have to come. But other than that, today's main topic that we'll be talking about is basically two things. The first is we'll be talking about our website. Now, I think Vin and I said this last MA, and we constantly been saying this. It's going to be a big step when we actually release our website, just because it's easy to share and it'll be a place where everything you'll be able to have access to everything essentially. So I'm excited about that. I think that's a really, really big step. And then right after that, we'll be discussing our early adopter launch, um, which is the first. Let me get you. There you go. Oh, there you go, man. Yeah. So I'm sorry about that, guys. So yeah, we'll be talking about our early adopter launch, which is your opportunity to get ownership in a project early. We've talked about pre-sales and what the difference here is. No tokens here are allocated early before our official launch. So everyone has to buy stack tokens at the same time, no discounts, no anything like that. However, we do have opportunities for you to become an owner and have basically a seat at the table with them, myself, and other board members. And not only just that, you'll be able to earn extra rewards and have an NTT in perpetuity. So also today, one major thing that we're going to be talking about, and I think shout out to Vin for bringing this up, is we'll be talking about how our liquidity works within Stack Cash. A lot of times in DeFi, we have to look out. We have to play a lot of defense, right? So we have to look out for certain things. Bad actors, black hats. It's so much negatives to look out for. But one of the positives of Stack Cash is that there's going to be locked liquidity, meaning that users won't be able, or not just users, devs or no team members will be able to remove liquidity. So you'll constantly see the value of the overall tokens and the platform continuously rise as we have more participation. And it was built that way on purpose because again, Stack Cash and Stagnation is for DeFi users by DeFi users. So all right, Vin, are you there, man? You good to go? I know Vin was coming in and out, but y'all know Vin, he's strong, man. He'll make it
I'm
happen.
trying. I'm trying, man. Let's see if we can stay connected.
Very good, very good. All right. And also, before I go into this next screen, guys, remember that we have our white paper available, but we also have new information. So if you want to stay aware of the new information that Stack Cash, the board, has come up with, please feel free to join our Telegram and our Discord. All right, let's get it going. So, Vin, today, we're talking about lock liquidity, and we're basically talking about money, man. That's what we are here for,
I love that topic. Money.
So this should be fun. And again, this is we're kind of going back over things, but at the same time, obviously bringing you guys some new information that most of you guys have not been privy to. But just giving you guys new information on the ways that Stack Cash is built to make you daily passive income, right? You don't have to, go out, clock in, take a 15-minute lunch break, nothing like that. Just for participating, you'll be a part of a community bank that allows everyone to make gains on their own terms. So, all right. So as always, we start with our link tree. The link tree is not going anywhere. I keep saying that. But if you want to find about Stack Cash, if you want to find resources, the link tree is always the best place to come. Not only does it have our social media, it also has other important information that you might want to know. Not only just that, whenever something new comes out, it'll probably hit the link tree first, as well as our website. So definitely come check out the link tree. At the very top here, we have the white paper, which goes into detail about the Stack Cash project. Also, we have our light paper, which is, again, a narrowed down version of what Stack Cash is all about. And pretty soon, under Stack Cash information here, we'll add our newest roadmap, which I'll go over in just a moment. But the roadmap, so you guys can kind of, see where we are and kind of stay on top of it. Again, is really good to be early, not just in DeFi or crypto projects, but in anything. It usually usually benefits you to be early. So we want you guys to be early. So we'll add the roadmap here into the link tree. Also, we have the website, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then we have our All About Stack Cash series. Basically, it's our white paper in video form. That's not going anywhere. So if you want to, come learn about Stack Cash, definitely come check out All About Stack Cash. And last but not least, we have our AMAs here. We have to upgrade them a little bit. We got a couple more to add, but other than that, if you want some easy listening, you want to listen to Vin, myself, and some other board members, and and to be honest, if you want to learn more about what we have going here with Stack Cash, the easiest, if you have some time, you want to listen along. The AMAs, if you go through the AMAs, it's going to be the easiest way for you to learn in depth about what's going on. Vin, a lot of time in DeFi, people don't care about the information. They just they'll wait till it comes out, wait till other people, or start earning from it, and then they'll jump in.
Right, right. Yeah, that's them DeFi veterans that are. We are DeFi veterans here, most of us, and we get it. But I mean, with Stack Cash, it's so different and so evolved and like next level stuff going on in here. It's like, and I'm sure the veterans will catch on quick. There's a lot of stuff that's already out there that we're using, but there's a lot of stuff that we are doing that hasn't been out there yet. And yeah, so it's definitely good to take a good listen and have a good read, because this is definitely next level stuff.
Exactly, Vin. Exactly. And, also to kind of add to that, our promo phase, we've been really in development for the last 9 months. So we've been really, working hard and, collaborating to get the best ideas, but going forward, it's going to be a heavily promoted project. We're all about promo here. And, to kind of add, we have DeFi veterans. You guys know how these projects work for the most part. And it doesn't take DeFi veterans too long to figure out, how to how to work a project and how to make gains from it.
Right.
But we're also here for the novice people. So, one thing about Stack Cash, we want your friends that don't know anything about crypto. We want them to have an easy onboard into crypto. And the way to do that is through Stack Cash. So all this information is really breaking things down and take like like we always say, take some baby steps. So basically it takes baby steps to help you guys learn and help the newer people who have no clue how this stuff works to come from A to Z and be able to make passive income. So
yes, sir.
good stuff there. And as always, feel free to, add us on, your social media platforms. Again, we're on X, we're on Discord, we're on Twitter. We're looking at more platforms to be a part of, because again, promo is our thing.
Yep.
So now as I talk promo, shout out to Donatello. He's a board member here with Stack Cash. Donatello has been doing a phenomenal job, along with Vin. And we got some others that do great jobs. But I want to spotlight all of our key players in the game, so you kind of know who to look out for, and who knows what they're talking about. So Vin is obviously, one of at the top of the list of one of the ones who knows what he's talking about. Myself, when I get around to it, when I get to it, I definitely will be promoting heavily. But Donatello, just to kind of show him some love, has been doing a great job of talking about Stack Cash. And we were having a VC also, not only hit the like, but also on Wednesdays we have either a VC or a Twitter Spaces. Feel free, if you want to just come talk to the guys and the gals, and you want to just learn, come hang out with us. We're available. But Donatello said, hey, and he's talked about a lot of different projects, and you see he has his own kind of thing here where he has a weekly meetup and all that stuff. So he's a veteran. But he was like, hey man, I learned more about Stack Cash by promoting it. So here he's just a couple posts that he's had about Stack Cash, which are really phenomenal. So go check him out. Again, he's going through reflections and some of the specifics of the project.
Yep.
And the more that you follow guys like Vin, Donatello, look at Tina there. If you follow, all of these Stack Cash promoters and the people that talk about Stack Cash, I promise over time you're going to learn more and more about this ecosystem, and you're going to understand how great it is. And a great example I can give you guys is Vin. Vin is a perfect example. Vin is excited about Stack Cash, and he came in and he started, making instant content, and his content is, to me, has been a hit. And we would just want more people to take advantage of it. So, Vin, tell me about your transition, man. How's it been making videos?
Yeah, man, I dabbled in it a little bit way back in the day, and it's not like it wasn't for DeFi, but it was for other things, and but DeFi takes it to a whole new level, crypto and everything. I mean, and I love it, man, because it's like I get just to sit down and just say what's coming to my mind and talking about this project, and yeah, it just kind of flows, and I really enjoy it. It's I'm going to get a little more in depth with some videos, but I just pretty much been brushing up, trying to get the word out there. Short videos, nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to step it up a little bit. I actually got a few I made that, and all about editing, right? Like you got to make sure it comes out clean and looks nice, presentable. So, and I know you're always doing that. So, like I learned from you too, and like a lot of influences. And I'm not gonna put myself up there with these top-notch guys, but it's all about getting the word out, being honest, just presenting yourself as a normal, down to earth, human, and having a good time doing it, and trying to help other people with it. So yeah, that's pretty much how I do it.
Great explanation, Vin. And I'll say, just like they say in boxing or in MMA, styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles make great influencers. Vin has his own style, and I love his style. It's to me, it's like for the common man, and I love that. How it can bring so many people into the space. Donatello, Tina, myself, we all have different styles that we use. Some people are good with typed word. Oh, also shout out to Little Fish, who does Medium articles. Some people, don't want to get on the camera, or they don't want to get on the microphone, and that's fine. There's many ways that you can contribute. And also, just for a little alpha while we're talking about it, one of the things that we could offer to some new influencers, if you're an influencer or if you want to be an influencer, come talk to Stack Cash. Not only is the project at the ground floor, so you'll be able to get in early, but there might be a little something for you if you're willing to talk about Stack Cash. So we welcome influencers into the fold. Once we put this together, and once we built the board and committee and so forth and so on, we've talked a lot about the power of community. And even our website name, stackcash.community, it's about community building here, and we're building a community bank. So what better way to reach the community than with the community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So but yeah, so we'll be happy for you guys to come check us out on all of our social media. Again, this is something we're consistent with in trying to get the message out, because more and more people deserve to know about what we got going on here with Stack Cash. It's really, really phenomenal. All right.
Yeah, those are good reads from Donatello this week. I got to say, he talked about like the fees and taxes and how the money is distributed, which we're going to probably talk about today, is liquidity. So definitely some good reads there from Donatello. So I might even break those down into like a short video as well.
Ooh, Vin, I like that. Content making content. Ooh.
Sure.
Let's go. Let's go. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. Also, I don't have it up, but our YouTube page will have more shorts. If some of you guys need shorter videos, Vin does a great job at doing shorter videos. Myself, I'm a little long-winded. So Muddy Mo, my videos are a little longer. But either way, we'll have more short material. We have our All About Stat Cash on our YouTube. But we'll also get some shorter material for some of you guys who got the quick attention span or might only have a couple minutes. You want something to share, we'll have that available. So,
Yep.
All right. So, Vin, we got something to talk about today. We got our website coming up.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've said, the first thing anybody asks you about anything you got going on in this day and age is all about what's the website. That's the first thing. What is the website? So if you go to our link tree, we'll have a link to our current website, which is still under construction. But we're happy to say, we're hours, or I should say days and hours away from the official release of the StatCash.community website. And this is where you're going to come to, we have early adopter launch, which is first up. But the website is going to have everything there. And it'll be all, action packed, quick, easy to the point, and also be links to other resources. So, while we have the link tree, we'll be transitioning into the website where the website will be ground zero for all things Stat Cash. So come and check us out. We've been showing it. We've been talking about it. But one thing I like about us in the DeFi space over this last 9 months, Vin, it's been so many different projects that just be released and just come out,
Yeah.
And, while that's been happening, we've been working and we've been learning.
Yep.
And I think, having a project with longevity and sustainability is key. So we've taken our time with the website. But again, it's just all for you guys. It's all for the community to make sure the community can thoroughly understand exactly what's going on within the entire ecosystem.
Yeah. I don't know how many projects do have websites. I mean, I could probably count them on one hand, I think, Website's like a teleporter to like everything you need to do to invest, right? At least for us.
Exactly, Vin. Now, a lot of them might have a site, but it's mostly like their DApp. You
Yeah,
come
right.
interact.
Yep.
But I'll tell you, if you look at our white paper, if you look at our All About Stat Cash, and if you look at our website, one thing that we pride ourselves on is being transparent as a project, as a protocol. And our project, we talk about the insides of it and how it works in depth. And I think, to your point, Vin, we haven't seen that much in the space.
Right.
We've seen people, do just enough, but we don't want to do just enough. We want this to be home base for a lot of people in the space. So
yeah, absolutely.
And just give you guys a quick preview. So this is the stack page. We've spruced this thing up a little bit. So what you're seeing here is not the final product that'll be released this coming week. But again, the stack token is similar to Bitcoin. It's a store of value. It's going to go up over time. And it's even better than Bitcoin because if you hold it, you get more of it. So some projects have staking and they time lock and make you do all this stuff with your tokens. Well, with Stat Cash, we want to keep it as simple as possible. If you're new, if the cash products might be a learning curve for some people, but just get stack tokens and hold them. Not only will it go up in value, it should go up in value over time, but you'll get more of them, simply put. So Bitcoin doesn't give you more of it for holding it. So
yeah, it's just like having that rare object that you buy and you just hold it and keep it nice, put it away, and it just earns money over the years. It's hard to get. That's how you break it down.
Ooh, I like that, Vin. It's hard to get. Ooh, I like that. That's a goodie. All right. Also, we have our cash token products with our utility coin, which is the cash token. The cash token allows users to come and play a little bit. So if you want multiple ways to earn, and there's so many strategies. Vin and I've had on all these AMAs, Vin and I've been talking about all the strategies that you can use. We're open to people strategizing and all that good stuff. That's what makes this fun. But we also have smart contracts here that just have so many different ways to earn, and we went through all these things. But it's just so many ways that this community bank really, really works and flows. And
I don't know if a little bit is the right word, Mo. I think you come in here and play with cash, you play with a lot of it, right?
Ooh, good point, man. It's not just a little bit. I like that.
It's a lot of it.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. It's something to do.
Yeah.
For me, DeFi has become a hobby. I used to play like Madden and 2K video games and stuff.
Yeah.
And while some people play something like slow pitch softball or whatever they do, right?
Yep.
One of my new hobbies has been DeFi. And with Stack Cash, we're welcoming you into that world. It's so much to do, to Vin's point, that you're gonna have fun here. Like, not just making money, but it's gonna be actually fun stuff to do. So and last but not least, we don't want you sitting on the sidelines. We have our early adopter launch. This is our pre-sale. And we'll also have it on different launch pads. We'll have promoters talking about it. So much to come. That Vin and I, we just keep pounding it into your head, boom, boom, just like a teacher. We just keep tell you, and then pretty soon, before you guys know it, it's going to be here. But NTTs gives you a seat at the table and in perpetuity if you're an early adopter. So one of the main things we have is our early adopter launch, which is coming directly after our website. And with this, not only do you get the NTT, not only do you get private Telegram and Discord channel access, you also get additional rewards before launch. It'll already be set into your principal. So not everybody can get this. Like this will be, and it's limited. So once this opens, we want you guys to rush in here and get this ownership. We want you guys to own it with us. No project I hear, goes like that. It's like, oh, well, the dev or the leader of the project said we're going to do this, so we're doing this. No. That's not how Stack Cash works. We're, as DeFi vets, we understand, like, look, people want something they can be a part of. So, come be a part of Stack Cash by being an early adopter, and getting an NTT, which is ownership. And not just that, even with this, we've already had people that own HBoard NTTs, and we have board members and committee members. But you'll, even if you chose this option here in the middle, you'll be able to get basically 200% of your deposit back. And in this option, you have 100% USDC. So basically, the project could be free for you to start. You still have to buy Stack, but it's just what we do. We want to really show love to those who are here early with us, who understand what's to come here in Stack Cash. So
just start earning as soon as we flip the switch.
Exactly. You're already in the house, ready to go. I used to have sometimes we get picked up to go to certain places, family, friends, whatever. And some family members never ready. Like, get your shoes on, get your clothes on.
Right.
But with our early adopter NTTs, you'll be sitting there, light out, fully dressed, coat on, already ate, you're ready to rock. So
cocktail in your hand, ready to go.
Ooh, I like that, man. You got a pregame started, you're just ready. I love it. All right, guys. So today, we'll be talking about lock liquidity. So, I'll go through and explain what lock liquidity is in just a moment. But just understand that lock liquidity is essential in any project, let alone a DeFi project, for safety and for you guys to understand that, there's no rug pulls here. There's none of that stuff. The liquidity is built for the community protocol, and that's where it's going to stay. So, the main thing in any business is liquidity, right?
Yep.
If you're running a business and you run out of liquidity, well, most likely you don't have a business anymore, right?
Oh,
um, if you go to the bank and the bank says, "Yeah, we're low on liquidity," they're basically telling you the money might not be there, right? And that's like the heart dropper. Nobody wants to hear that.
oh,
Um, so with Stack Cash, what we've done is, we've essentially made assured that, not even just at our Stack launch, but during the entirety of the platform and the entirety of the protocol, that there'll be liquidity available. And not only just that, one thing that really makes us special is that the liquidity also grows. So I should say the liquidity floor grows. And that's what makes us special with Stack Cash. There's a lot of projects, that, grow liquidity and they do a good job of holding lock liquidity.
mhm,
We're taking that to the next level. Whereas every facet of the Stack Cash protocol feeds into some type of liquidity. So all your fees, some people worry about, oh, is the dev getting fees or is the team getting fees? No, 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 no. The team earns in this just like you. We're all on the same playing field. The
yep,
the, the liquidity, the fees all feed the liquidity, which feeds all of us. And that's the thing, real communal activity and real community liquidity.
yep.
Um,
And circling back there, Mo, just so we were just talking about with Donatello, like he just went over that, where how the money gets dispersed. So that'll help him out too. Just go check out Donatello's post there on X.
Good point, Vin. Very, very good point. Thanks for saying that. Yep, y'all go check out Donatello. He's done a really good job of explaining that. So here I just want to show you guys really quick. Obviously, we're starting on the Binance Smart Chain as a layer two. There'll be others, but we're definitely starting on the Binance Smart Chain. And BNB is the native token to the Binance Smart Chain. And if you look at the liquidity that's in Binance Smart Chain, they have 44 million in this pool alone for Binance Smart Chain. But down below here, you see all the buys and the sales and all that stuff. Well, with Binance Smart Chain, if you're providing liquidity, so if essentially you're giving the money or storing the money in the protocol to basically pay out different things within the protocol, that's what liquidity is. It has to get paid out from somewhere. And here it just shows the buys and the sales. So the one thing that makes us different, because a lot of people don't capture this, but with every buy and sell on Stack Cash, everyone, it don't matter how much stack you hold, gets some stack. So if this is the stack token with all these sales, not only does the protocol get some of those fees, but also every single user. Now, depending on how much you hold, depends on how much you get. If you hold a little bit, you're gonna get a little bit of something. But again, it's something just for holding a token in your wallet. So, liquidity again is the money, it's the bank. And with us, again, we want our liquidity floor to continue to rise over time. And how that happens with Stack Cash is through volume. So we've talked in the past about our protocol treasuries and so forth and so on. So our protocol treasuries are market participants that, just like you and I, they'll have a wallet. Our protocol treasuries have a wallet, and it basically feeds the protocol in multiple ways. If you look at market cap, so a lot of people don't understand fully what market cap is. All market cap really is how many total available tokens you have times how much money you have, how much liquidity you have. So here in BNB, the liquidity is 44 million and the market cap is 549 million. So what this is saying is that there's a lot of BNB that's either held or locked up somewhere.
Hmm.
Um, and just wanted to use BNB as an example. Stack is going to be similar. So we'll have liquidity, which will be growing and growing and growing, but also you'll see our market cap over time with more volume. You'll see our market cap get higher and higher and higher, and that's the entire goal of what we want to do with our liquidity. We want to limit the amount of tokens that's available in the world, right? So it becomes scarce. Like Vin always says, I got my baseball cards, just like baseball cards. You know that Nolan Ryan or that Randy Johnson rookie card, that's gonna be worth something.
Ooh, I got me one of those too.
Ooh, nice, man, nice. Um, Yep. So with our stack token, it's important to understand it's a reflection token. It's going to pay rewards, but again, our liquidity floor is built to continuously start at a certain point and just only go up, no matter if anyone buys or if anyone sells.
Yep.
Um, and the market cap is also going to go up probably exponentially as more of our protocol treasuries, hold and distribute stack tokens. So
Yep. Yep. Yeah. All our utilities, exactly. It's not just the stack that's going to build the liquidity. All our utilities are going to build liquidity as well. Yep.
exactly, man. And that's the one thing, and us coming up with Stack Cash, you know, having multiple different products that all feed liquidity and all help the protocol.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at longevity here, guys.
Oh yeah.
Like we're not shooting to be average. We're not shooting for a quick pump and dump. We're not shooting for a quick money grab. That's not how this is built.
Right.
This is built, as fair as we could possibly build it, but also it's built to be self-sustainable. And we'll talk about a few of those things in just a second here. Let me get my screen
I
up.
mean, and we spend a lot of time on that, like in the boardroom. Like if people could see the chats, it's just like sustainability, longevity. That's what we want. That's what we've been concentrating on, and all the back and forth, and everything's coming to light now. So yeah, good topics, good discussions going on. All of this just for the DeFi users out there, so that you have something to come back to for a long time.
Exactly, Vin. Exactly. And that's the thing is we're pooling all the knowledge, all the stuff that we've been through, all the losses we've taken, whatever it may be. We're
Yep.
pooling all that energy together and here in Stack Cash to be able to provide a community bank that all of us can take advantage of. Whether you've been in DeFi, you got burned, you haven't been burned, you got rich, whatever it might be,
Hmm.
it's for everybody. So real quick, Vin, I forgot to go over this. We try to do this every AMA. I do want to go over our roadmap because I want to kind of give you guys a quick timeline on where we are. So we've released the roadmap. We got the light paper coming in days. The light paper, you guys won't know it's coming. It's gonna be out
Hmm.
of it available. We want to keep that a kind of a fun thing just to release. Definitely stay in the Telegram because that'll be the new light paper we released.
Yep.
As Vin I spoke to earlier, the website will be released. You're looking at hours, guys. So
Yeah.
be sure to look out for the website and definitely tell a friend to tell a friend about that. And the last but not least, big thing on the roadmap, because we're still on track for Q3 for September. So is the early adopter launch, the ownership. It's already been announced, but we're gonna have it officially announced in a matter of days. And we'll have that open for you guys to, some of you guys love pre-sales, right? Oh, I want to get early into the well, it's not with tokens, it's with ownership in a part of the protocol. So so we're right on track, Vin. It looks like
Yeah.
we can get that the website released and the early adopter launch underway. And then we're cooking with Crisco, like my grandma said.
Yeah.
Cooking with Crisco,
Get
man.
that Mazola oil, baby.
Ooh, love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. I was checking the Discord. I see all the testing going on. I see the positive feedback, and that's awesome. Yep, can't wait.
And I'll be honest, we've been working with multiple devs, and it's really good to have a diverse amount of set of devs that you're working with.
Right.
There's struggles because you gotta, we're bringing everybody together. But at the same time, many hands make light work, and that's something that with Stack Cash that we're doing, with the many ideas and the brilliant minds that we have. It's all just coming together. So stay tuned for more to come on that.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna pull up the white paper here, guys. So one thing to kind of understand, actually, before I do that, let's talk about lock liquidity. I want to go into depth. And I'll use some outside sources just so you guys can kind of see or understand what we mean. because people say things a lot in DeFi, and not everybody understands it. They just know if they make money or not, right?
Yep.
Some people don't want to know how hot dogs made; they just want to eat it. I get that.
Yep.
Um, but with us, I do want to make sure you have a clear understanding on exactly what it means to have locked liquidity. So let me get my computer rolling. Sorry, guys, a little bit behind.
Working better than my computer.
Oh man, these things, this technology, I'll tell you, like we got these smart contracts working, but goodness, if I can't get a PC to work.
Right. Unbelievable.
Oh man. All right, guys. So this is from Crypto Adventure. Shout out to them. But this is basically they talk about liquidity locking in the crypto space. So this is they have basically a guide on liquidity locking, what it means, so forth and so on. So just going through this, they have some of the benefits of liquidity locking, and I'll tell you guys, this is exactly the reason why we've decided to lock so much liquidity up. And in a moment, I can show you guys exactly what we're doing with the liquidity from the Stack Fair launch. So when everybody comes in, tries to buy Stack tokens, we're very transparent on where the liquidity is going and what it's feeding, which is liquidity pairs. But here, they basically say locking liquidity is a practice amongst DeFi, where project developers and team leaders can lock a portion of the liquidity up in the smart contract, and generally is for a predetermined period. Now, one thing that's really good about us with Stack Cash, we don't have a predetermined period. It's really in perpetuity. Locking those funds up in liquidity means it's always available to buy and sell, essentially. So some projects worry about bank runs and other things like that. Well, ours is just out here in the open. We got what we got, and we're gonna grow how we grow. And we want you guys to be on that journey with us, seeing that liquidity grow and grow and grow. And not just that, you most likely see that stack price grow and grow and grow simultaneously.
Yep.
So, but one thing that lock liquidity does, and they said here, it really helps prevent rug pulls. So typically in DeFi projects, what you've seen is some, I would say just dishonest devs or dishonest project leaders. They own all the liquidity to start, and it's unlocked. So when they see fit, they can remove all the liquidity, thus removing all of the value of the product or the tokens. In DeFi, we call that a rug pull.
Yep.
And with us, again, we're locking liquidity for one reason here, to not only make you guys and us as investors feel comfortable, but to make sure that everybody can visibly see and understand that the liquidity for us is locked in these dexes. If you want some of that liquidity, the only way to get it is to buy it out. You can buy it out if you like. But also if you want to sell, it also will be available for you to sell and get some rewards.
A good way to put that, Mo, is right. You go to the bank, you get yourself your safety deposit box, right? So what happens when you go there, right? You get the manager, you get the box, boom, you pull out your key, boom, he pulls out his key. So multiple keys to open this box to get your stuff. It stays safe, right? If it was just unlocked, anybody can go in there and just take it out anytime they want, right? So it's Stack Cash. We have multiple keys, man. Ain't nobody getting to the liquidity.
Ooh, I like that, Vin. I like
Yes,
that. Multiple keys, man. Just like certain companies, they can't cut a check without 2 or 3 signatures. It's the
That's
same
right.
thing here with Stack Cash. I
Yep.
love how Vin kind of correlated that to a bank.
Yeah.
Just like with companies with a bank account, you have to have 2 or 3 signatures. We also have multi-signature wallets, so that we can't do anything without multiple people signing off on it, multiple trusted people signing off on it. So great stuff, Vin.
Yes, sir.
Good. I love that analogy, man. So real quick, just a couple benefits of locking liquidity. Obviously, we want you guys to be confident that you're not going to have a worthless token, that Stack and Cash is going to be here for you. So increased investor confidence. So lock liquidity essentially, it shows you guys our commitment to the long-term success of the Stack and the Cash token and the Stack Cash ecosystem. So essentially it just serves as a sense of security, just so you guys can feel more comfortable. Then I know I got some buddies who say, hey, I can only do 150,000 in the bank because that's all that's federally insured, right?
Yeah.
So they get 30 bank accounts trying to spread their money out.
Spread it out. Yep.
Right. Just so they can have that security there. Well,
Right.
in DeFi, obviously you guys know this is all decentralization over here. Having locked liquidity is the way that we can do that for you guys. It just guarantees that nobody can come and take all of the money and just remove the liquidity. And obviously we said before, it prevents rug pulls. So, it prevents anyone, having all the liquidity and, leaving us with a worthless token. Another thing that it does, lock liquidity adds price stability. And that's something that everybody wants to see, right? So if a just say a distasteful dev, right, constantly removes liquidity and adds liquidity, removes it, adds it. Not only does it, you know, change the amount of money that's available for you guys to sell your tokens or buy your tokens, what it also does that plays with the price. With us, leaving that alone, having liquidity locked, the stack price is going to do what the stack price does. And the way we planned it and the way, we've worked it through, it's going to, we hopefully it goes only up and to the right. Now, we know people will sell, we get it. But up and to the right is what the goal is for the stack token. So price stability also comes from lock liquidity.
Yeah. You know what else worries me too, man? Seeing these devs taking out some liquidity and going to try to reinvest it in somewhere else and hopefully to bring back some more or actually maybe even lose it. Like that worries me.
Oh, you know what that is, Vin? That's really gambling other people's money.
It
That's
is.
that's
It is. Yep.
and that's unfair. We've seen many projects do that.
Yep.
And it's unfair. When you get into a project, you don't get into the project for a dev to go and try to trade and do all this other,
Right.
get other trading bots and all this stuff, and
Right.
it might or might not be successful. That's
Yep.
not what you're invested in. And I'm gonna be honest, Vin, that's a bait and switch. When
Yep.
those guys do that kind of stuff, that's a bait and switch.
Yep.
With us, what you see is what you get. We're in it with you guys. And not just that, I don't know if Vin is, but I'm not even a trader anyway. So I would never lie.
Right.
We would lose messing with me. No, just joking. But the main thing to Vin's point is that liquidity stays put. So what you see is kind of what you get. Another thing, and this is especially us being, having first mover. Oh, kind of go back to the last point. Sorry, Vin.
Yep.
If you now some people are concerned, hey, we need outside money, and those devs, say they'll do trading or drain other projects or whatever they want to do, right? With us, this is why we have the first mover project CBC. CBC is built primarily to help outside funds come into the Stack Cash product or ecosystem. With CBC, not only would you have opportunities for blue chip tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, what have you, also you'll have DeFi projects, your favorite DeFi projects, or project that might even need some help, ideally can come into CBC and earn more percentage on their token through using the Stack Cash protocol. So that's important to understand. DeFi unto ourselves, we're essentially an ecosystem. We keep using that word, but that's what we are.
Right.
And in order to bring outside funds into that ecosystem, you have to have, in our case, a smart contract that is built to enable partnerships and built to enable our protocol to be strengthened, not weakened, from other projects. So that's why you never hear, we don't need to talk back negatively about projects that struggle or nothing like that, because as long as they figure out what CBC is, they can come and be a part of Stack Cash and not just strengthen the Stack Cash protocol, but also strengthen their own. So just had to add that, people helping people. So
yep, for the DeFi community, that's what we're here for.
That's it, Vin. That's it. Couple quick things. I'm gonna let this go. Another thing they said is enhanced project reputation. Vin, I say this all the time. Stack Cash, our name is our name.
Yep.
Lock liquidity will definitely be one of the biggest steps in showing you guys that our name is important to us. When you say Stack Cash, when you tell others about Stack Cash, you can do it with confidence. So we want to build a good reputation from the start, and we want to build a really good stronghold in the DeFi community through doing things like locking liquidity to add safety for you, myself, and everybody in the project.
Yep, very important. Yep,
Extremely important, Vin. Right.
yep.
Last but not least, I love y'all. Y'all the best. However, we always got to add new investors. And that's one thing that Lock Liquidity does. Just like I just showed BNB with 44 million, and that's just one pool for BNB. The same thing. Our Lock Liquidity, not only does it raise our liquidity floor, so essentially raises the bottom out price of Stack, if you want to keep it blunt, but it also proves that our project is able to sustain and hold liquidity. And that's been a major problem to new investors. They're all scared they're just going to lose their money. Y'all know, y'all talk to people outside of our space. You hear how others talk about the crypto space, and it's, a lot of times it's really unfair. So with Stack Cash, creating a community bank that can get passive income is, and not only just that, having that locked liquidity where the liquidity floor just grows and grows is a major, major attraction to new investors, which again, we're going to start with us, but we also want to attract new people along the way. So.
Right. Yeah, it's just like a traditional bank. You go in there, you're investing your money, it's insured. Same thing with locked liquidity. You're coming in, you're investing, and the liquidity's locked up, so it's almost like an insurance policy. You know what I mean?
I like that, Vin. I like that.
Yep.
And people need that security. We need that security. Like, who would vote against not being more secure? Like,
Right.
what happened? But yeah, so again, being for DeFi users and by DeFi users, also just being for the people, making sure that we have something available to show you guys that we're not just saying it, but also proving it. Hey, look at this, look at our liquidity. It's constantly growing.
Yep.
All right. So real quick, I want to talk through a couple ways, and shout out to Vin again for this, because this is his idea. It's a great idea. A lot of projects that you've seen, they don't do two things. They don't have organic volume, meaning the proto or the contracts or the ecosystem itself doesn't produce enough volume to keep it going. You'll see, market makers going down and down and down. With Stack Cash, any little thing that you do on either side of this project, not only does it add volume, it adds what we're talking about today. It adds liquidity.
Yeah.
Exactly. So some people, just say for instance, on their debit card or what have you, they go to a gas station and buy some candy or get some gas, whatever. If they spend, just say it's $25.75, their card will automatically push that price up to $26 and take that 25 cents and save it for them, right? It might even invest it. I don't know. But there's different things in the real world that does kind of what we're doing here with the Stack token and even with the Cash token. So if you guys see here, we have taxes of 10% in and 10% out on all Stack buys and Stack sales. And we're very transparent on where that goes. But you see, 5% of all Stack buys go to all the holders. 1% goes to everyone's team's treasury, whatever team treasury you're part of. Another 1% goes to a protocol treasury if you have an NTT, or if you don't, it still builds the protocol. And 0.5% of all Stack buys goes to build our regulator, which supports the Cash token. But the primary piece here I want you guys to look at is the Stack liquidity. So out of every $100, $2.50 is going to build the Stack liquidity floor, and that's on all buys. So again, constantly, if you're getting in the product, if you sold your tokens, there's going to be a fee in and fee out. But just understand for your security that the liquidity is being added to with whatever you do with the Stack token.
Right.
And now if you look at sales, it's a little bit easier, simpler. 10%, 5% goes to all holders. So remember we told you reflections. That's where it comes from, those fees. Also, that 5% goes to stack liquidity. So even if you're selling your stack, you're still helping the liquidity of stack token on your way out.
Yep.
So, a lot of people will say, oh, well, we don't want fees and we don't want this. Well, the reason most of them probably say that is because their fees, they feel like it's going to a person or a team. And
Right.
that's not the case with Stack Cash at all. Their
Exactly.
fees are going to back to everything here to just help the protocol and primarily into the liquidity. So to have more funds. And then I know I said this before, but when you see this, percentage of stack liquidity in and out, all
Yep.
that's doing is raising the floor of the stack liquidity.
Exactly.
So once
Yep.
we get to $1 or $2, if the floor gets to $2, it won't go back to $1 because it's locked and it's in there, and that's
Exactly.
important to know.
Yep. Very important. Hey, we all like to have our toys or our gadgets and whatnot, but guess what? We got to pay for it. I know every state don't have taxes and anything, but somehow, somewhere along the line, you're paying for it somehow. It's like you just said, if it's whether or not it's on your card, you're getting that little tax on it or whatever. And but yeah, you want something bad enough, you pay for it, and that's what you want to do. So that's what we're doing here.
I like how you put that, Vin.
Right. Yep.
Not every state has income taxes. We
Right.
get it, but you'll have tax on your food, a tax on some in some other
Yep.
way, gas
Yep.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, you get that
Um,
ATM fee. Like, oh, I hate that.
exactly. Fees can get the best of us sometimes. Some of us absolutely hate being charged.
Right, but you know what? All the fees are doing is building whoever's liquidity needs to be built to help the economy keep turning. So it's everywhere. So that's how this is working with Stack Cash.
Exactly. And I think the key is, Vin, is people are, I don't want to get political, but some people hate that certain people do the wrong things with those fees or whatever they get taxes.
Right,
With
right,
us, that's where we're showing you here, like, no, 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 no. This is going to strictly directly to help everyone else and everyone in the Stack Cash protocol.
right.
And after our stack liquidity drive, we're very, very transparent on what we're doing with all the liquidity. Again, you see all the liquidity pairs that we're adding to the cash liquidity pairs, and primarily the stack USDC and stack BNB liquidity pairs. Again, that'll be locked liquidity the moment after we release those funds. So just understand, guys, that all of this is locked liquidity and all of that is going to add up to help a project stay afloat longer. And not just that, become more valuable over time.
Yes, sir. Liquidity equals longevity.
Ooh, I like that, Vin. Vin got the quotables. Let's go. I like that, Vin. I like that. Liquidity equals longevity. That's exactly right. And also it means new people, it means,
Yep.
More people can come and take advantage of this passive income.
Right.
So now we have, obviously, you guys know we have the utility coin cash, which is 1-to-1 with USD. What we've done is not only does the stack token add to stack liquidity, but we've also made it to whereas the cash token in all the cash products has fees on it, right? So if you get in our bonding contract, cash box and cash box plus, whenever you enter or exit, there's again, just like stack, a small fee that goes to build the platform. And I don't want to go through all of this, but I will say, every time someone mints, no matter who it is, what team they're a part of, every time you mint into Cashbox and get some principal there to get, 0.25 or 0.5% a day, here 0.75% of whatever that deposit is goes into stack liquidity. Now, notice I said stack liquidity.
Yep.
So that's kind of crossing the line. A lot of projects don't like to cross that line, like, oh, we don't want this coin to feed that coin.
Right.
Well, with us, we know how important the stack liquidity is, not just to the stack token, but to the cash ecosystem, right?
Right.
Our regulator is really important. And the stronger our regulator and our mega cash is, the stronger everything is. So again, with every mint into our cash box, 0.75% goes to feed our stack token liquidity.
Yep.
Now, this is a cash box example. And if you're looking at Cashbox allows you to deposit as much as you want or as freely as you want, and also compound. So one thing that the Cashbox allows is if you were to compound in Cashbox, which I'm sure a lot of you guys will, right? Like, you're gonna want more every day. I get it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be some compounding going on. Here you can add it, when every time you add or compound, excuse me, it adds to cash liquidity. So basically gives more value to the cash token, or gives more reserves for the cash token to remain collateralized or stable. And not just that, what else, Vin? Stack liquidity.
Yep. Yep.
So basically 2.5% of all compounds goes to feed liquidity. So yeah, everybody be making their gains, getting more tokens, all that fun stuff, right?
Yep.
But again, building that liquidity, building how much money the overall platform has, and building the floor of it is very important. So that's just something that we do in all of our products.
Right.
Also, if you look, when you withdraw out of Cashbox, where you unbox, there's still fees. If you come out to cash, there's a 5% fee. Stack has its 10% fee, and CBC has its 25% fee. So building liquidity is key, guys. So
Yep.
to kind of rehash, even the cash token, which some people keep it separate in their minds, with Stack Cash, you don't need to separate it. It's the same thing. It
Right.
goes over and helps Stack too. Stack also help Cash in multiple ways, but
Yep.
our utility coin helps Stack liquidity.
Yep. That's what I said earlier. All our utilities helps the liquidity.
Exactly, Vin. Exactly.
Yep.
And also real quick, just to kind of go over this, another way that our liquidity constantly grows, we're building that floor, right? Is we have whales in all of our cash products. So it's a protocol owned whale. It's not a dev wallet or anything like that. It's actually just a market participant. But we have the mega cash, which obviously, some deposits go to build this, but also it builds itself. But every day, as that whale grows, not only does it, pay users in Cashbox rewards, it also adds to cash liquidity. So, basically, again, keeping, USDC value with the cash token. And ultimately, what else? It adds to Stack liquidity. So just rest assured that the largest participant in any cash box is going to be Mega Cash. And every day, 5% of whatever value it has is going to be adding to Stack liquidity. So,
Yep.
Again, everything here, it don't matter what you're looking at, everything here comes back and reverts to add onto the Stack liquidity.
Yep.
All right.
And I just love how all our treasuries just take care of each other. That's another first mover.
Exactly, Vin. It all kind of it goes back. It's like the snake eating its tail, But what happens when the snake eats its tail, right? But it adds a little more, a little more, a little more.
Yep.
That's exactly what it's built to do, Vin, is
Right.
to feed into each other,
Yep.
And to me, I'm probably most excited about the liquidity floor. Um, some people get excited. Just say this price of Stack gets to $1. Oh, I'm so excited about the Stack price,
Yep.
which is great.
Right.
I'm gonna be looking at the floor. All right. Well, the floor is 50 cents. So, so if everybody sells their Stack, I know this thing is gonna be worth 50 cents.
Yep.
And to me, seeing that bottom, seeing the worst it could be,
Right.
just generally helps. For me at least. Everybody got their own thing, but
Right. Everybody goes about things their own ways. Right. I get you, but no, I feel the same way. Exactly.
In DeFi, we expect people to sell stuff. That's just part of the game.
Yep.
That's part of what it is. People take gains, and with Stack Cash,
Mm-hmm.
it's built to allow you to obviously get some passive income and take gains.
Yeah. People buy the bottom, people buy the top. Everybody's got their own strategies.
Everybody got their own strategies, right, Vin?
Yep.
But having that liquidity floor and having that liquidity constantly grow only brings light to what we're doing, show improve fairness, but it also like I said before, it allows you to understand, if all goes wrong, I can get this value in the stack token. So it's key. That's clutch.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So today we've talked about a little bit about our website, but we've primarily talked about liquidity, the monies, how important it is to have that like Vin said, have that safe deposit box. Stack Liquidity is our safe deposit box, and it stays there, it's locked, and it prevents rug pulls, and it really helps all users be able to make more gains in the project. So we thank you guys for joining us. Vin, you have any final thoughts?
No, I would just say, like you said, the ball's rolling. It's getting down there the hill a little quicker now. So you definitely want to stay more in tune with us. Check our social media groups for sure, Telegram and Discord, absolutely more so. And just stay tuned because things are coming. Like most said, we're like hours away from like the website, and yeah, next steps are going to be even better. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Let's go. Good points, Vin.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Vin has some great points there. Look forward to what we have. Look forward to the early adopter NTTs, which is ownership.
Yep.
That's something that you can see it coming. And by getting ownership with us, you'll be at a big advantage to take advantage of this liquidity that we're going to have in Stack Cash. Also, again, like Vin said, in the coming hours, we're down to hours now, guys.
Yep.
In hours, it might be a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 hours. We don't know yet, but in hours, we'll have a website that'll be out. So follow us on our Telegram, follow us on X, and also follow us on Discord. So you can be aware and be the first to be able to look at the website, share it, so forth and so on. And then soon after, as I said before, we'll have our early adopter launch. So as always, we thank you guys for showing up with us. This has been our 19th AMA. We love it every time you guys show up. If you're watching on a view back, please, obviously hit that like to get us in the algorithm. But also, if you have questions on liquidity or just Stack Cash in general, obviously, please feel free to leave us a comment. All right. So from the Stack Cash board committee and DAO, we want to thank you guys, and please enjoy your weekend. See you guys later.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend, everybody.